Hey all guys, and welcome to the next in the series Star Players, and we're going to be looking at my Dark Elf team, March of the White Queen, again against AI opponents. It was my first go as Elves, or as an Elf team, so I went with the Dark Elves, having seen advice off of the players that they're a good sort of starting team for new players or new players trying out Elves. So we'll open them up and have a look. I got these quite high team value now, and there's quite a lot of players developed, as you'll see when we go to the team roster. I went with starting lineup, one witch, two blitzers, and the rest of the guys were linemen, and it gave me just enough money for two team rerolls. As I've developed the team, I've managed to get or acquire another two blitzers. I've not actually bothered with a runner, and I've only given the assassin a go for a short period of time. But we'll get to him, talk about him a bit in a bit more detail as we go on. In respect of the starting team, they're not all that great, to be perfectly honest. In my opinion, they're not brilliant. You need to get, you sort of rely a lot on your team rerolls earlier on, and even more so with not having dodge as a starting skill on your players, or majority of your players. So you do get a lot of ones, and you don't get you have to use your rerolls. I found this team better as it developed. I mean, most teams aren't they? But getting an extra reroll and getting dodge on some of my players proved pretty critical. I mean, it was quite tough early on to get the results. I was grinding out the wins, but I wasn't particularly enjoying playing as Dark Elves till I got sort of the team a bit more experienced, got the extra witch, got the extra blitzers, and then I found them a really good team to play. Not particularly my play style, I have to say. I do prefer the bashier teams, having played a few elf sort of teams. I can see why people enjoy playing them. They're a tricky team, they're hard to pin down, they can do the elf bullshit, can't they, and all that sort of malarkey. But I found that overall you didn't pick up many injuries, you didn't not against your opponents, you didn't get many kills of your opponent's players, and this was through a lot of games. So I found the injuries and the kills hard to come by. The armor 8 does come in handy, really handy. Most of your players are armor 8. I think your witches, your assassin and your runner are the ones that aren't. So your linesmen are pretty strong, and your blitzers are pretty strong, and your blitzers start with block. Your witch starts with the dodge and the frenzy, and then you've got your assassin, like your special weapon guy. And you've also got your runners that I think start with dump off, but I wasn't particularly that arsed about getting one of them, to be perfectly honest. We'll go to the team roster, we'll go through the team, talk about it in a little bit more detail now. As you can see, quite a lot of players, two players almost up to legendary level, and we'll get the witch first. We'll open her up and have a look. Good players these, but earlier on in the actual game, you have to be careful. I'm not getting frenzy trapped and going from, say, a 2-die block to a 1, or even into a half die. So you have to be really careful with this team. And I find if you're a new player and you're not used to that kind of skill, I think I think High Elves are a lot better team to start off with, in all honesty. You don't get the frenzy trap. You get two blitzers, same as this. You get your thrower and a catcher and linesman, and you can actually with that get 3 team rerolls and an apothecary. So I think that really is the best starting elf team. But talking about these witch elves, critical to the side, they are armor 7, so you know you have to be you have to protect them, you have to be careful really of, you know, they do pick up injuries pretty easily, and they are an expensive player, but I like these girls. I like developing them, trying to get the rolls like we've got here. As you can see, we've got the frenzy and the dodge and the jump up. I didn't miss that off. That is a starting skill, and this, I've got extra movement here, and after that I've picked wrestle. I mean, that would have given a movement 8, so it's really good to have. Get some extra speed in this team. You're looking for movement, strength, agility, and you've got armor. You can put armor on your witch elves, try and make them a bit more solid. But I think you want to pick extra movement. You want to give them that extra speed. You want to give them that extra sort of surfing capability, that sort of stuff. So that's the way I went, and I gave her wrestle. Now it's a toss-up really, because you'd be putting wrestle on majority of your linemen. So I think if I created this player again, I'd actually put block on her, but I have got block on the other witch, so you have got a choice there, and someone or one of them that's actually better at sacking, that kind of thing, and then you can get one that's better at retrieving. So you've got choices there in how to develop your witches, and hopefully you're looking for extra characteristic improvements, or you're looking for doubles on these. If you create one and you don't get any of those, I think you really want to look at recreating that character, or maybe, you know, trying a few skills in and you don't think you're going to get any decent rolls, create a new one. But with it being against AI opponents and with me getting the extra movement, I stayed with this witch elf. And we've got another extra movement there, so we've got a movement 9 witch elf now, brilliant to have. It gives you that 1 turn ability or chance, and also it gives you a really fast player, someone that can get away from the team, pick the ball up with the agility 4. You want to get sidestep on these as quickly as possible, because they are going to be surfing players to the line or knocking players to out of the pitch. So and with having frenzy, you don't have the ability to make them stay, so they will follow the blocks up. So you're getting the sidestep on these as well is critical. I managed to get a double there and got the mighty blow. The way this character was developed, I was looking at giving a Juggernaut, then I'd have a really good movement 9 surfer, but as I said earlier, I was struggling to pick up injuries and deaths against my opponents, and it's something I really enjoy. So I wanted a bit more bashiness in the team, someone that's going to pick up points a little bit quicker from getting those injuries and deaths. So that's why I chose Mighty Blow, but she's still a really strong character, with 1 level up to actually go. So there's plenty of choice from the general and from the agility sections. I mean, I'd like to give a tackle with having the Mighty Blow, but a lot depended on what I rolled there. I mean, if I got an extra strength or an extra agility, I'd be taking that, so above anything else. So a really good character. We'll move on to the next one because we've got a few to go through, a little bit to talk about. So we'll open up the next witch, and there you can see how she's been developed a little bit differently. It's good to have that sort of in your team, in with your you know, your best players. And I mean, I've got the agility plus agility for the first roll there. So I've given a block, make her a blodger, harder to get down, injure. And now I've given a leap. So you can see where I'm developing this character now. She's got a few quite a way to go yet. But with the agility 5, now her leap is only a 2 plus. So she's a really good player, or makings of a really good player there. I want to, with her agility 5, probably as well make her into a sort of retriever to go and get the ball, that type of thing. But with having the leap as well, she's a lot more useful in a lot more ways. So great character to have an extra agility on these, or an extra strength. And we're moving on to the blitzers. As you see here, we've got one guy that's got to 92 points, only 3 years of his career, so you see how quickly this character's developed, and a lot of this is down to the extra agility and the mighty blow. This guy's been picking up the majority of me injuries, if not all of them. And he's got the extra agility, so brilliant to have on a blitzer also. I mean, you want your agilities on your blitzers more than, I suppose, your linemen. You know, you're hoping to get them on these guys, or your extra strength on these guys, and doubles on these guys. They do start off with the block. So I've got a blodge pretty quickly there, with the dodge coming in after the mighty blow, and I've given him tackles, so a really good blitzer to have in the team. I think I put tackle on pretty much all my blitzers, or it is going to be on all my blitzers in the end. And then I've got the sidestep on him also, which is a bog standard for these guys. They've only got general, they've only got agility, but the sidestep goes on, and then you're looking at, you know, your choice is left there from your general agility to go on this kind of player. You know, if we put frenzy on Hunter, that type of thing. Jump up maybe, you know, you're hoping for something a bit extra special there to finish him off with his last skill up. We'll just have a quick look at the other blitzers now. And this guy's coming along nicely. He's got his blodge, he's got his tackle, he's got his sidestep, but then you're running out of options really what to do. But I like diving tackle in this team. Really good skill to have on the Dark Elves, or with the Armour 8 kind of elf players, to develop these sort of diving tackle guys. You can get him into the area, he's got the agility, he's got the movement, he's got the sidestep, so really good blitzers these. You are again though, like I said with the other one, you're looking for something just to make them that extra special, like the strength or like the double that I gave the mighty blow on to one of the blitzers in the last guy that we looked at. There you go, we've got an extra characteristic roll on this guy, so he's got the extra movement, so it makes him a little bit more useful in the games. Movement at 8, really good movement. Again, you know, agility, generals for his last few skills there, so you know, he's got pretty much all that you want on there now. In all honesty, and if you develop them now, you're just going to be putting stuff on, like your diving tackle, that sort of thing, on these guys. So you are again hoping for a double or a characteristic, but it's nice to get something there on a blitzer, and the extra movement really does come in. You see the next guy along. our last blitzer that I actually bought in the team, and he's coming along. He's got the extra movement and he's got his blodge, so you know he's going to be a decent player. Also, we're looking hopefully to get some extra strength in this team. But you can see looking down the team as well how quickly the side develops and how equally it does as well. The points really are shared out in your elf sides. You've got so many scoring threats, you've got so much movement. All you guys have got agility 4, starting with agility 4, so you know your pickups and your catches, those sort of things, and your passes all become a lot easier. And as your team develops, comes more experienced, and you get some more team re-rolls, that sort of thing, you can start, you know, doing those sort of greed rolls on your passes, getting them leveled up a little bit quicker that way, that sort of thing. And you can move the guys that you want to score with forward as well, and not worry too much about them picking the ball or passing the ball, so you can spread the scoring out really nicely. And you can see this in the way that the linesmen are developing here. You can see there's so many linesmen here all the way till the end, and they've got so many points between them. I don't think, you know, other than an elf team, you won't get that in any other side. So many points and so well developed players. You know, there's no team really that have got as many linesmen that can do that as your elf sides. And with these guys having the armour 8, they are a little bit more survivable than a lot of players. So again, a good reason to start with the dark elves or the high elves there in respect of an elf side, or beginning to play as elves, should I say. When we look at these sort of choices here, you get good players, because the linemen, they're not cheap linemen by any means, but you've got a movement 6, strength 3, agility 4, armour 8 player who has got general and agility access, so he's got one more access than your other linesmen, such as your orcs, your dwarves have the strength in general, don't they? So, you know, in the majority of your teams, your Skaven, things like that, your linesmen, your humans, don't really start with anything other than general access. So, you know, these guys are better in a lot of ways there. They've got the extra agility, access to general and agility, high movement, decent armour, really good linesmen, and you get even better players with these guys when you get the extra strength, agility or movement. They become so useful, and I got extra agility on this guy, which makes him, you know, he's going to be really good to put leap on there, get an early leap on him after getting the extra agility. You'll see when I back out, there's a lot of sort of wrestle and block mixed together in all my linesmen, so I've made them all blodge type players early on. Gave them the dodge first, so they've got the better chance of dodging away from players. It's really handy to get that on all your elf players as quickly as possible. But there we've got a really good, you know, what will be a really good sacker. He's going to get strip ball, tackle, those sort of things. So getting these sort of roles, the extra characteristics, gives you a way to create these players, your bog standard players, a little bit more specially, and make them a little more special. With having to sort of general access from the start, not needing the doubles as much there to create these into really good players. And you can see all these guys have been given sidestep, diving, tackle, or that's the way they'll be developed when they get a bit more experienced. And your linesman here has got the leap. I've also given one of my guys dirty player. The dark elf team are really good foulers. It's worth having one of these guys. try not to develop him, try and keep him as a dirty player, especially when you're playing teams with higher strength, that type of thing. Try and get a few of their most valuable players out with this guy. And finally, here we go, we've got the assassin. Considering how much this guy costs and his overall starting stats, I won't bother. I found him he's one of the worst players I've ever had on a team. I really don't like these guys. I really don't. I mean, I've played him and I've started him and I've given him games coming on also, that sort of thing, and I just don't enjoy them in the side. I think you become a lot weaker. He's got the armor 7, so he's easy to knock down. He doesn't start with dodge, he doesn't start with block, and he's going to be sort of, to make him useful in any way, shape or form, you've got to put him next to opponents. So, you know, he's going to spend a lot of time on his arse or KO, that type of thing. Yeah, they might come in useful if you develop them, and they do have block and they do have dodge and they do have sidestep, but until then, and to actually get them to that level, I really wouldn't bother with these guys. Also, when they stab an opponent, and if it does work, you don't even get any star player points from doing it. So to get this guy any points whatsoever, you've got to use him sort of pass the ball or to score touchdowns, and he's just not that type of player. He's only got movement 6, so you've got better players in your team to do that with. And stabs, I don't think it matters if you've got guys round the actual opponent. If it's just the opponent there and he's got, say, 5 tackle zones on him, I don't think your stats or your chance of actually injuring the player goes up. So yeah, I'm just open it up here, have a look. Yeah, this player may attack an opponent with their stabbing attack instead of throwing a block at them. Make an unmodified armor roll for the victim if the score beats the victim's armor. Blah blah blah. Yeah. So you know, if you're using stab on this guy, it's like you've got to be stood next to someone, or you've got to blitz them with the stab. So yeah, I mean, it's just okay, isn't it? There's nothing special about it, and when it doesn't work, which is the majority of the time, you stood next to that opponent next turn, and you early on he's just going to be a liability. So yeah, I didn't enjoy him. I didn't enjoy him in the team. I'm still playing him there. I'm just trying to develop him a little bit to see if he does get any better with the block and the dodge. But at the moment in time, I'm sort of really disappointed with that character. So there's the elf team. Oh, you got a bit out of that. What I think about them, that type of thing. I've not mentioned the runner, and I've not actually had him in the team, so I can't really commentate or talk about him with any experience there. But I just didn't fancy him in the side. I thought for the cost of a runner, I mean, if we just open that up now and have a look at that dead quickly, I mean, you move your normal linesman there, movement 6, strength 3, agility 4, armour 8, general agility access, only 70k. These guys are 80k, and this movement 7, so they want extra movement, strength 3, agility 4, and armour's value 7. So, you know, they're not weak, they're not sort of strength 2 runners or catchers, that type of thing. So they are pretty handy. They do have the dump off skill, but they've got the armour 7, and I don't like that in the dark elf team. I don't like having too many armour 7s, because you already sort of got your witches, and you know, the dump off skill, yeah, all well and good, but developing these guys, I didn't really fancy it, to be perfectly honest. Look at the stats quickly. I chose the elf turf on the actual upgrade. I think that was a mistake with having sort of the surfing capability in the team and the with the witch elves. I think I should have gone for the crowd one. In all honesty, there. So I won't go with the elf turf, but I'll give it a go. It is there to sort of, if you fail your GFIs, it reduces the risk of an injury. So it is pretty handy on an agility based team that are going to be making a lot of go for it. Stats wise, 31 games. It's what you expect, picking up experience and playing AI. You don't expect anything now. Oh, I don't expect anything now other than winning the game. But gaining experience with that team has really helped me. It's helped me pick up my sort of my defensive play, my positioning, that sort of thing. So although they're not my favourite of teams to play, this sort of elf sort of dodging away and positioning, I do prefer the bashier side, but they have really aided me in the game. And I am a lot better defensively now against teams, trying to stop them from scoring. And I found that playing as these guys has really helped with that. As you can see there as well, not that many kills, not that many casualties inflicted there from 31 games. So that's been sort of one of the disappointing things I've found is playing with that as elves, or as that sort of agility based team, relying a lot on your dodges. You don't really need guard, but you know you're missing that strength, so you've got to do a lot of gang fouling or gang blitzing, that sort of thing, gang blocking, whatever you want to call it, gang banging, you know. But there's your dark elf team. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you got a little bit out of it. Leave us a like, leave us a dislike, leave us a bit of feedback there on what team you'd like to see next. So I'm working a lot on multiplayer as well as online sort of multiplayer as well as AI opponents at the moment. So bear with us. I'll get the videos to you as soon as I can. Okay, cheers guys. Bye for now and take care.